Tonight, two longtime CBS executives are on administrative leave as ViacomCBS investigates allegations of racist and sexist behavior.
The allegations came to light in a report published by the Los Angeles Times. CBS 2's Hazel Sanchez has more.
Allegations revealed in a Los Angeles Times investigation accuse CBS television station's president, Peter Dunn, of running a hostile, racist, sexist, and homophobic work environment.
Philadelphia health officials are working.
According to an administrative filing obtained by the LA Times, anchor Yuki Washington, a 30-year veteran at KYW, the CBS affiliate in Philadelphia, was a victim of Dunn's disparaging insults. Former KYW employees told the Times Dunn frequently belittled Washington, who's black, referring to him as just a jive guy, and would say, quote, all he does is dance. Dunn is also accused of calling one morning anchor candidate too gay for Philadelphia. According to reviewed claims in the Times, demeaning language was a shared trait of Dunn's right-hand man, Senior Vice President David Friend, who is also the news director for WCBS in New York. Friend is accused of being critical when KYW hired black journalist Brooke Thomas as a morning anchor in 2016. Former news director Margaret Cronin described to the LA Times a phone call with Friend on Thomas's second day on air as just venom and profanity. He screamed, "Tell her to shut the expletive up." Cronin, who also claims she was bullied by Dunn and Friend, says 2 weeks later, Friend ordered her to fire Thomas.
We have spent every weekday morning together for the last 2 years.
According to the Times report, Dunn was allegedly against extending the contract of Thomas's replacement, anchor Rahel Solomon, who's Ethiopian, in part because, quote, I hate her face. Peter Dunn has not commented on the allegations. But in a statement to the Times, David Friend said, these comments I may have made about our employees or prospective hires were only based on performance or qualifications, not about anyone's race or gender. CBS began an investigation into workplace culture following the 2017 termination of CBS This Morning co-host Charlie Rose for sexual harassment allegations he denies. Employee interviews from that investigation eventually led to the firing of then chairman and CBS CEO Les Moonves, who also denies all allegations of misconduct. Peter Dunn came up during an investigation into workplace culture in 2019. Former KYW general manager Brian Kennedy says Dunn fired him for cooperating with the investigation. CBS released a statement to the LA Times saying they had not had any complaints against Dunn since. On Sunday night, CBS Entertainment Group Chief George Cheeks met with leaders from the National Association of Black Journalists. NABJ says in a statement that in order for the company's culture to be transformed, it must begin with the firing of Dunn and Friend. In a public statement, CBS announced Dunn and Friend's suspension, its commitment to an independent investigation of the allegations, and a promise to take appropriate action.
I've been a reporter for WCBS TV for 20 years, hired at least 5 years before Peter Dunn and David Friend. The allegations against them are disappointing, hurtful, and triggering for some of us at CBS. Moving forward, the leadership here has promised a more positive, inclusive, and equitable workplace. We're a family here. This is our home. We must do better. In Midtown, Hazel Sanchez, CBS 2 News.
And on that note, in a statement, ViacomCBS says that it is committed to a diverse, inclusive, and respectful workplace where all voices are heard, claims are investigated, and appropriate action is taken where necessary.